Hola, buenos días a todos. Estoy aquí con Lucy Trigidia Chow. I'm here with Lucy Trigidia Chow. She is one of the great cooks of an island in Colombia called San Andres. And if you want la comida isleña, you call Doña Lucy, and Mama Lucy is here, and she's going to show me how to make the specialty of the island. She's going to tell me all the things I'm doing wrong, and hopefully she'll teach me how to do some things right too. And first, I just want to say, Mama Lucy, you're calling all the way in from Colombia. Thank you so much for offering to teach me. I really appreciate it.
With much pleasure. I only hope you learn and you put it in practice. Okay?
All right. So what we're making today, everybody, is called Rondón. And the key to Rondón is
Rundown.
the key, Mama Lucy.
Rundown.
Rondón. Rondón.
Run. Run down. It means run down. You see, it has two versions. Some people say that when they finish it, it was so heavy, they say that you're ready for a run to run down. And some other people say what happened is that it boiled right down. You start with a lot of liquid and then you boil it right down.
So
right? Go right down to the.
So run down. It literally comes from run down. And the key of what we're going to be doing. Oh, I lost Mama Lucy. She'll be back in just a second. We've got a little internet connection stability. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a stew that is, they would say often, whatever you could run down. So it's got green plantains and yuca, and it can have sweet potatoes in it. And this is taro root, and we're going to put a little bit of taro root in there. Mama Lucy, are you back with us? I can see your, are you back with us? We need you to unmute, Mama Lucy. Go ahead and try to unmute. So while Mama Lucy gets set up, I think she'll be able to do that momentarily. The key to rundown is coconut milk. And so I went through a very painful process of peeling a coconut, which you do by puncturing a couple holes here. I got all my milk in here, and then I broke it with a hammer, and I cut out all the chunks of meat. And so right now, the key to this dish is the coconut milk. Now, of course, you could just use a can of coconut milk, but then it wouldn't be run down. Right, Mama Lucy? Are you back with us?
It would be what we would call so-called rondon. That's the original. But anyhow, sometimes you have to use the coconut milk from the can too, because it's that this coconut is not sufficient. So to help yourself, you can use it. Okay.
And based on the 30 minutes that it took me to break down this coconut, which Mama Lucy had the good foresight to not subject you all to, I won't hold it against you if you decide to use a can. Nevertheless, it's gonna be amazing. So yeah. I've got the meat of one coconut. I've got all of the coconut water in here. And Mama Lucy, you said I'm supposed to add a quart of water as well, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to add my little 32 ounces of water. I am actually measuring right here.
Yeah, right there.
It looks just about right there. And I don't need my shells anymore. And we're going to just blend this guy up, because this is really the first piece that we have to get going. Now, Mama Lucy, she's going to tell us how she does it, which doesn't involve a Vitamix, just as soon as I get done with this loud noise.
Okay. Yes, so then you have to take out the trash from the coconut and leave the milk alone, okay? We need, for this 4 plates of food that we're going to cook, This
So,
we
Mama
need.
Lucy, will you start again? Because I was really loud here. At least I couldn't hear you. I don't know if the people on Facebook could or not. So,
So we are going to we need now the sieve for us to take out the milk. Okay.
so, so I'm gonna strain it. Is that right? I'm gonna
Strain, yeah.
I'm gonna put it
Okay.
in and strain it.
Yeah,
You know,
right. Yeah.
I think I can get this even more fine. Let me
More
just
fine. Okay. Yeah.
let this roll for another minute or two.
Because we are going to need about 2 quarts.
2 quarts total. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are not quite at 2 quarts. I'm going to give you guys a little preview. I've got a little whole snapper here, and I'm going to be breaking this down, and this is kind of the core of the dish. So that should be delicious.
Jesse, you don't have any problem if you need more milk. You strain it, and then you throw a little bit more water right in the trash, and then, or you can blend it again with some more water. Okay?
Got it. So, ooh, and I've got this nice layer of beautiful coconut oil right in the bottom of the right in the bottom of the blender right there. Oh,
Hey.
I'm gonna save that. I think that's gonna.
So just put a little bit water, that you get some more. You see, in those days, the people, they always just cook an amount. No recipe, no amount like say 2 of this and 3 of that, like how we have everything checked down now. They just say, look at this and look at that and look at,
Yeah, little of this, a little of that.
Yeah, we want everything technified now, and it has to be exact this now. It has to be exact like this, and it has to be exact like that. So that's why the problem sometimes with the rundown, I have to check down everything before I start telling you how it goes, because I just give me this, and give me that. So when I'm going to teach now, it's not that I have to use measurement.
Well, we're gonna do this by feel. If we don't get all the measurements right, that's okay, because that means we're doing it the traditional way.
Yeah.
Which is actually the way I'm the most used to. Now, you're saying,
how many minutes do you have there?
I'm measuring this right now. It looks like
a quart.
I have about 1 quart, so I need twice that much.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put this all back in here and add a bunch more water, right?
Yeah. Can't make nothing waste.
No wasting, no wasting,
no wasting.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this water a little bit more.
Sometimes I speak Creole, because the Creole is similar to the English, and especially when I'm cooking Rondón, I always talk in Creole.
Well, you gotta talk in Creole, right? It's a Creole dish, right?
Hey, yeah.
So Mama Lucy has been very generous to offer her time tonight. If you are in Colombia and you need somebody to teach you or to cook la comida isleña, you call Mama Lucy, even if you're the presidente of Colombia. So,
yeah.
And she also is a tour guide for her island, which was unfortunately recently hit very hard by Hurricane Iota. And so I'm going to be teaching a class on Friday. Mama Lucy will be there, and we are going to be teaching this dish, and it's a fundraiser for some of the relief efforts that are happening there in San Andres and a neighboring island called Providencia. So, we hope that you can come and make some rondon with us. So let's try this one more time.
Yeah. So now, after you finish with the coconut, then we take the fish and we marinate the fish, and we can start cooking.
So now I'm going to strain this again, and then we're going to start straining it, right? Or we're going to start cooking it, right?
You know, one of the secret that I always have, that I always do, I never put all the milk one time. I always save something behind, save some of the milk because I need some to make the dumpling also. Okay?
All right, I'm gonna save a little bit of the milk right
You
now
can, yeah, yeah.
because we need a little bit of this leche put to the side to make the dumplings. Now, if I could I what about all this delicious coconut kind of fiber
Coconut trash, coconut trash. They always make dessert with it.
dessert? Okay, so Mama Lucy is not offering to teach me how to make dessert with this, but I'll figure something out.
They say we always make cocadas. Spanish people make cocadas. But
Cocadas.
yeah,
What are
cocadas
cocadas?
with sugar.
What are
Boil it,
cocadas?
cocadas means it with the same coconut trash and sugar, and you boil it and boil it and boil it and boil it, and then you put some cinnamon in it, and it's a dessert.
Is it kind of like a little bit like a pudding, almost like a rice pudding? It sounds like
No, 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 no. It's just something plain like so like that, like maybe something like a cookies.
like a
Or
cookie.
we do also we make cookies also with coconut trash.
Got it. Got it. All right. So I've got my coconut milk going. That's great. And then I'm going to butcher my fish. And I'm going to, my next step is I'm going to butcher the fish and I'm going to get it marinating in lime and black pepper. So
Yeah,
that is my next step is the
yeah.
fish marinating in lime and black pepper. I've got a little bit of coconut milk set aside. I've got a little bit of this coconut oil set aside. Those are both going to be really nice for dumplings. I'm setting aside, Mama Lucy, how do you say this again? The coconut fiber, what do you call it?
The coconut what? The
This.
trash.
Yeah, how are you spelling that? I'm not understanding it. Trash? Trash?
Coconut trash.
Oh, just like trash.
Yeah, the trash. Yeah, coconut trash.
Oh,
That's what we call it.
we're gonna make some trash cookies a little bit later.
Coconut trash, it means the coconut is the what leave over of the when you take out the milk, right?
Right.
And with that you can make some cookies. Cookies with coconut
We're gonna
also.
make some cookies out of that later. Right now, I've got my fresh coconut milk going, and I am going to. I've got a nice little wet towel here. That's going to keep things in a good way, so that when I start butchering my fish, this board doesn't slip all over the place. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this whole snapper, and Mama Lucy told me that anytime she makes Rondón, she has to have the head. So I had to get a whole fish so that I could have the head for Mama Lucy. Now we haven't figured out how to get the head from Oakland all the way down to San Andres, but one problem at a time. Mama Lucy, I got your head right here, okay?
Okay. No, and you see, you always make broth. Also, you make stock.
Yeah, we want
Stock
to
for
make
the
a fish
Rondón,
stock.
so we can use that as a stock, right?
Exactly. So now, do you want to walk me through butchering this, or should I take my best attempt at it? I'm going to cut this into, you said 4 pieces or 5 pieces? The head and then...
Yeah, cut off the head apart, and then after you cook 4 pieces, okay?
4 pieces. We're going to go behind the collar here.
Yeah.
We're going to go behind the collar, and we're going to leave that. We could leave it, or we could leave it on the head. This is a nice little
What is good? What I always call the head alone, I always say the skull. Just no meat on it there, nothing, just the skull. Yeah. Hello, right there.
Right here.
What you want to give him now, that gives the substance. That is using like a stock.
Right. So it's like the collagen from the various cartilage of the fish creates that sort of like delicious richness. And on this side, I'm actually going to keep the I'm actually going to go ahead and keep the jawbone intact because that actually has a lot of really nice meat. And taking the head off. The fishmonger was nice enough to, I'll set the head aside for later. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my knife down this side and I'm going to kind of curve around the rib cage.
No, sorry.
No?
You have to make like a steak. Cut him straight with the bone and everything.
You want it cut like this, like into
like that, yeah.
Got it. Okay, great. So we're getting all the bones and everything in there.
Like that, yeah.
So just like this. Boom. Yeah. And how many pieces? 4, you said?
Yeah, I said 4.
All right, so we're making steak. So I'm just gonna go right through.
You want, yes? T-bone, yeah.
So there's my steak. I'm gonna go ahead and trim these up a little bit because it'll just be a little easier to work with. Now, do I want to leave the snapper fins? I should probably take that off, right?
Take it. No, leave it there because you see, when you cook it, that will keep it that it don't mash. And yeah, that's the way. Yeah.
Now, on Friday, I'll be teaching you a slightly different style. It'll be a little bit of a fusion of what I'm learning from Mama Lucy. And I'll be throwing in some restaurant techniques as well. We'll be working with a little bit of a fillet because, you know, it's nice to make it a little fancy sometimes. And I'm
no. Well, that's why you have to take what you have and make what you need.
So, all right. And then I'm going to do, should I leave the tail?
The tail, don't take it off. The small tail, yeah.
I'm showing you my
excellent. You see, normally we always cut the fish because you buy the fish, they have it cut, and they always mostly it has about 200 grams, 175 to 200 grams. Okay.
Say that again, Mama Lucy.
What you have it? We buy they cut the fish in the place that you buy the fish, okay?
Right.
The fish place. And then they have them cut in 250, 200, or 175 grams, okay?
Right. So usually it's already pre-cut for you.
We don't have to cook, we don't have to cut up the fish. We have it, we buy cut up already.
Right. So in this case, I'm gonna take my snapper fillets here and I am going to, I'm going to take some.
Wash it, you have to wash it.
I'm going to take some.
And after you put the lime, squeezed lime, and then you put your marinade.
Looking for it. What did I do with it?
You marinate it with the black pepper and salt.
Lime, black pepper, and salt.
Yeah.
So
you see now you have everything you finished now, nearly. Then you can start now. And while you're cooking now, you put your plant, you know.
Right. So now we're starting to get things ready for cooking. So I've got a couple of limes that I'm gonna squeeze on my fish here. Now, if you're wondering if this is a little awkward because it's my first time, Mama Lucy already told me that it's always a little hard the first time and you gotta get through it. So we're getting through this today. So we appreciate you hanging out while
okay, you get your black pepper and salt now, and then you can start.
All right.
Okay, you have the principle.
I got the principle. You gotta screw it
and the coconut milk.
You got to screw it up once. Oh, what's going on with my...
Let me tell you something. There are a lot of people around here, especially around here, because we have it, that use conch in the Rondón. But I'm teaching the basic. So anything you want to put in there, you can put it. If you
So
want to put
what Mama Lucy is saying is that conch or yeah, I think conch. I forget what they call it. Concha,
conch.
conch is kind of a very common thing to put in the Rondón, but right now it's been really over harvested, and so there's very little.
Yes, so but the fish is principal. Now
Right.
we have another Rondón, a special Rondón that we make with corn fish. We corn the fish.
Okay,
We
I'm
corn
not
it,
familiar with that kind of fish.
put it in with the salt and lime, and we leave it just like that, just like how you marinate it, just like that with plenty salt, and we leave it right in the fridge for 3 days.
You leave it in the fridge for 3 days.
Yeah. But right in the lime and the salt and then after we're going to cook it now, we wash off the salt good and
So now
okay, so you
I've got my snapper marinating in a little bit of black pepper and lime,
okay.
and I'm gonna set it there. And then we're gonna move on. At this point, we're gonna move on to
Planting.
right, to getting some of our tubers cut up. So I've got green plantains, and that has already been peeled here. And I'm just
That's the first one going. And now what you have to do is light the stove, put on your milk.
it's on.
You can start cooking now. Yes.
Okay, and then I'm supposed to cut this just in quarters, right?
That like that and like that. Yes.
Just big pieces.
Yeah. 4 pieces. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
And I put it right into the milk.
No. You can't put it yet. You can't put it. You have to boil. Put the water, the milk to boil first. Then you put the plantain.
Okay.
So that's why I tell you put on your milk now.
Okay, my milk is cooking right now. So as soon as it boils,
Ice cooking.
yeah,
When it starts boil, no, then you can put the plantain in.
got it. And then what about this yuca? How do I cut that?
That goes after because the plantain have to boil half an hour, 15, 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Okay. And then when it boils again, the plantain, you put the yuca and the other thing that you're going to put.
So after the plantain is boiled. And why do we boil the plantain?
The plantain have to boil about 20 minutes before.
And why do we do that?
When the milk have to start boiling. You got it there?
Yeah,
it's start boiling.
It's almost boiling. So
okay, when it start boiling, then you put your plantain.
Okay, and then how do I cut up the yuca while I'm waiting for it to boil?
Okay, cut it in two and then in two.
Like this and then like this.
Yeah, like that and then yeah.
And how long does the yuca take to cook?
Beg your pardon?
How long does it take to cook? ¿Por cuánto tiempo para cocinar?
The Rondón?
No, the
Rondón. The yuca, that take about half an hour.
Okay. Why do we put the plantains in first?
Yes, because that have to cook first because the plantain is hard. The green plantain have to cook long.
So now the green plantain is
what do you mean there? Yeah.
It's ready to go. Now, if I wanted this to cook faster, could I cut it into smaller pieces? Is there a reason that?
Yes.
I think I'm going to do
that. But you notice that I am working this 4 pieces everything. Did you notice?
4 pieces.
We are preparing four. Yeah. Go ahead, the plantain. Go ahead. Put the plantain.
Yeah, I'm boiling now on the plantains. And then I've got a little bit of taro root here. Should I cut that into 4 as well?
Yeah.
Oh. So we're doing, it looks like I might be making a meal for 4. Is that what's happening, Mama Lucy? Am I making food for 4?
Yes. For 4, yes.
All right. There we go.
And the whole plantain, you can cut it in 4. You couldn't put the plantain whole like that. So that's why I'm making everything. And the fish, we have it in 4.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. You're very smart. We're making a big meal, a delicious pot of soup for for 4 people. Everybody's going to get one big helping. Now, Mama Lucy, while this is cooking, what can I do now? Is now a good time to start with the dumplings?
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect.
You see how you have everything in order now. You see, you just had to get that coconut milk ready.
So now I've got some flour and some baking powder, a little bit of salt.
How much flour you have?
Oh, I
With a
didn't
cup of flour?
Did you want me to measure it?
No. But you must know about a cup of flour
About a cup of flour?
is more or less a cup of flour, because remember we have to make 4 dumplings.
Oh, we're just gonna make 4 big ones. Got it. So a cup of flour and the right amount of salt.
And salt. And the what the thing name, and the coconut milk.
A pinch of sugar. And how much baking powder? A teaspoon, maybe?
5 grams. Yeah.
A teaspoon? I don't know grams.
Not teaspoon. Just a little, some people say dash.
Which one? The big one?
Small one. Small one.
This one, the little one?
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
the little one.
A quarter of a teaspoon. Not much.
Yeah, okay, that's all one.
All right.
Some people don't put baking powder in it.
Some people don't do that at all. So, okay.
No. Why I like the baking powder? Because it softens it. Because sometimes it doesn't raise, and then it's like a tight. Yeah.
All right. So now do I add the milk here? The coconut milk?
Yes, my dear. Make your dumpling. That's all.
And just a little bit, just to get it to tighten up, right? I'm not really using very much, right?
Yeah, not very much. We leave that afterward to make like the roux, to take in the sauce afterward. Okay. Yeah, just something like that. I'm moving my hands. They want to make that dumpling. I love making dumpling. I'm moving my
That's the hardest part about teaching in this virtual world that we're all in now is you can't feel it. I can't feel what it, and you would show me what it's supposed to feel like.
You can't taste it.
But the truth is, I don't know that I would be in a cooking class with you in San Andres right now. So I'll take it. This is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe okay, I'll get to come to San Andres when all this is done and make a big meal with you. Maybe we can cook for, I don't know, 1,000 people or something. That sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not grating the coconut for 1,000. So I've got this little ball. Does that look right?
Okay. Yes. It has to be little hardish, and then four balls.
4 balls. So like this, and then just kind of pinch it into 4.
Yeah, pinch it into 4, and then you make it like that.
What texture should it be?
Yeah, you have to be a texture just like a bread.
Just like a bread dough?
Yeah. Just like bread.
Do I want to knead it or not? No kneading.
You want to knead it, you can knead it. I love to knead everything, so I knead everything.
so knead it.
I just knead it a little bit, just right in the pan. Yeah, just right. Yeah.
So you like to knead it a little. Okay, that activates the glutens and that'll make it a little chewier, which in a good way. And I actually
then you make 4 balls now, and then when you're going to put this goes in 30 minutes before it's finished. This goes to the last.
These need about 30 minutes to finish.
Yeah. So how is the planting?
Well, they've only been in there for 2 minutes, so I don't think.
If you want to cover the pot for it to boil faster, you can cover the pot. Okay. And put a cover on it. You believe it will boil faster, you can put.
Yeah, I mean it's boiling. It's definitely boiling real quick. I think if I wanted to make it faster, I might just cut the plantains.
No, but it's okay.
So I've got a nice little kind of bread dough
Okay, you
here.
got dumpling is good now. Make it in four.
Now I'm just
Four
gonna break
bites.
one of these guys in two. And I'm gonna wait until I've got about half an hour left, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop these into my rundown.
Yeah, when you're going to put it in the rondo, you just flatten them.
Oh, you flatten them, you make them like little discos. Like that? Oh, we lost you, Mama Lucy. Mama Lucy, come back. If you are wondering what I'm doing, I am making the staple famous dish from San Andres, Colombia, with Mama Lucy, who Trigidia Chow, who is the grand dame of Isleña cuisine. And we are making Rondón, which is like the fish, the coconut milk fish stew from that area. The area has been devastated by a hurricane in the last couple of weeks. And we're teaching a class on Friday that is a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen, which is feeding a lot of the islanders who have lost everything. And so what we're doing is we're making Rondón here just for fun. And we're also going to be making it on Friday. I'm having my test run today. And what we've got is we've got a homemade coconut milk. We've got green plantains that are boiling in there. We've got a whole bunch of chopped up vegetables that are ready to go. And we also have, we've got dumplings. We've got dumplings here. And we've got plantains. And then I've got a whole bunch of root vegetables. I've got a whole bunch of root vegetables happening here. I've got a little bit of yuca. I've got a little bit of taro root, and I've got also some chili peppers and a little bit of onion that are going to go in here, as well as some basil is another key ingredient here that we're going to get going. Now, I've also got my leftovers from my coconut milk, and this coconut fiber is going to be a great cookie a little bit later. And I started my plantains because they're green and they take a while to cook. I'm sure Mama Lucy will be back with us momentarily. I've got my fish. I've got a whole snapper, and my snapper is marinating in lime and salt and black pepper. So that is our rundown. And I'm going to actually pull out these plantains and I'm going to cut them a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut them a little bit smaller. Oh, they're cooking right up. Mama Lucy was worried about them not cooking slowly. Mama Lucy is having a hard time with her internet there in San Andres, but we're going to get these guys cut up just a little bit more. And I feel pretty good about adding the other things that we have happening in here. Let's just try this little plantain. Oh yeah, that's coming right along. So what I understand about Rondón is that it is, sometimes they say that it's the Friday night soup that's made for when everything else is run down and you kind of throw everything else in a pot. And Mama Lucy had a whole bunch of other stories that she was sharing as well. And here she is. She's back. Let's see. I'm going to also add.
Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
Mama Lucy and Hans are
Internet.
back, and they're better than ever. Don't worry. I told the people all the important things while you were gone. I didn't ruin anything. I tested the plantains. I cut them a little smaller so they would cook a little bit faster. but they're coming along quite quickly. Actually, they're doing pretty well.
So we're going to put the yuca now.
Okay,
The
and I'm going to cut
yuca.
these a little bit smaller as well. Now, traditionally, this would cook.
No, it will cook faster and with my mash. Leave it like that.
Leave it like this.
And then we're going to put now, put the yuca, and then let it boil 5 minutes. And then after we put the fish and all the seasoning.
Great. What about the onions? What about the onions?
The onion, but that's why I tell you onion.
Now.
The seasoning. That's why I say we put the onion, but that is too much onion. Only half the amount of that.
Okay, no problem. And do I add it now, or are we going to wait?
Where's the basil? Where's the ajo?
The ajo.
Garlic.
Ya, sí, yo tengo ahorita aquí. Ahorita,
Okay.
el ajo, cebolla, ahorita.
Cebolla. Yeah.
¿Entero? ¿Ajo entero como así o cortada? Cortada. Minced or
no, you just mash it like that. Look, mash it and take off the skin and put them like that.
Whole. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo así?
Así.
Y ya, nada más que eso.
Sí, nada más eso.
Ah, bueno.
Mash it with the knife. Eso, muy bien.
So what we're doing here is we're actually breaking the cell walls, which releases the deliciousness. That's the official technical scientific term. It releases the deliciousness. Mama Lucy probably knows. She has a little bit more formal training than I do, so she probably knows what we're actually doing.
Okay, that
to make it taste good.
And the onions.
Mama Lucy, what is the biggest gathering that you've ever cooked for? How many people?
Well, sometimes we cook, but we cook for in the morning and we cook in the evening but I didn't cook for plenty people like that. So many people because
not a big group of people.
No. We don't use the big groups here. We don't have all those groups here. The onion.
And then half the onion?
Half of and then now you put, when that boil, make 5 minutes and it boil, then you put your fish. Okay? See, we are coming down.
And then what about
I want you, what is that?
These are the chili peppers that I got. These are my spicy peppers.
But you have to put a piece, but to the last, just a piece of that.
At the end.
At the end, yeah. Just
so
a
just
piece.
Small piece.
Small piece, yeah. Just a small piece, yeah. But I want you to put the fish, and when it boils, the fish boils, how it looks. Then you taste it. I want you to see how it tastes. When it fits the salt, you know. When it put the fish now.
I can probably season it right now.
Okay, taste it and see how it comes. Because after you put the fish in it, you can't stir it. Don't stir it when you put the fish. So stir it now. That's why I tell you taste it now.
So once I put the fish in, I don't want to mess with it a whole lot because it's just got it.
So you have more salt and everything?
No, it needs a lot more salt. What about lime, Mama Lucy? Could I add some lime to it? Is that traditional?
No.
Or is that
you have the fish has marinated lime. Remember that. Okay.
So I'll put all the marinade in as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What about basil? Does that go in at the very end?
Who that? The basil?
Yeah.
Basil, you can put piece now and then you put piece at the end. When you put in the fish.
Like it whole, or do you like to cut it up?
in pieces like that, in limbs, the limbs. Yeah, like that. Okay.
Leaves,
Yeah.
the whole leaves like this.
Yeah. This. Yeah. Put that piece and that piece. Yeah. And then you left the next limb for when you finish.
Okay.
The last when you put the dumplings. Okay. Now you put your fish.
Let me get that. I think it still needs a little bit more seasoning.
Huh?
It still needs a little more seasoning. It's coming along. A little more, I think.
Yeah, but no. Remember that the fish has salt on it also.
Yeah. Maybe I like a lot more salt than you.
Yeah, that's why I wait till you put the fish and then you when the fish cook.
All right, so now I can add the fish, you think, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna add the fish gently. Now, if I had a fish stock from my head, could I add the fish stock to this as well?
No, I don't understand. I don't understand you. What did you say?
If I had like a fish stock, if I had the stock from the fish.
Yeah, no, we don't use stock from the fish. That's why I say, that's why for Rondón, we don't use that. But if you want to use it, you can use it. But the originals don't use it. Those people in those days didn't know what is stock or what is nothing like that. So but I tell you, say, that's why I use the head. The head is.
Can I put the head in?
Yes, put the head in.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, that is.
I got the head especially for you, so you know.
Yes, that's what I tell you.
And now I'm gonna make sure I get some of that lime in there.
Yeah, you have it there. Just leave it to boil 15 minutes, and then after you put your what is name?
Chili?
Your dumplings.
So put the dumplings in now or wait for a few minutes?
Oh, it have to let the fish boil first. Let the fish start boil about 10 minutes.
Okay, great. And then I got my dumplings here.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the fish boils for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and everything will boil right now. Then that is the rundown. It will cook right down. You will see get less water because it will cook right down.
It'll cook right down.
Mama, then after it's cooking everything, after half an hour when the dumpling going, then you just put them on a low fire.
And let it go for a while. Just let it slow.
Run down, make it cook right down.
Let it cook right down. Now, this is a dish that traditionally, and when you were making it, this would have been cooked outside, right? Tell us how you learned to make this dish. Tell us what it was like when you were learning to make this dish. When you were a young
we always do it in the yard. We always use three stones, big stones, stone rock, and we always cook it with what we call no, if we don't have fireside, we make it on the ground, right on the ground, with wood, dry wood.
So you'd build a fire, and then we
take the fire and we take the three rocks, and we put the pot on the fire, and we cook it right there, outdoor. And with that, it has to have that taste of the
smoke of the wood.
Of the smoke. So we always do that outdoor. Even sometimes, right now I don't do it. But a couple years ago, I always do it outside. I love it outside.
Wonderful.
So that's how we do it, you know.
Wonderful. We have
everything now is technology. LCJ Pang. Somebody, LCJ Pang.
Elsie has joined us.
Ah,
No
she's the,
podemos oírla, pero bienvenido pues.
see. Yeah, so we do that right outdoor, and then we sit right around eating in our hand, we plate in our hand. How do you have the taste?
It's the lime is there and the fish is starting to come in, and yeah, it's starting to get real nice for sure. It is definitely starting to
If
get
you want,
nice.
if the fish, if the water doesn't cover the fish, you can turn it over, turn the fish over.
Turn the fish over. It's
Yeah.
pretty much covered.
So, okay, leave him just like that. Then after, remember 10 minutes now,
I
we're
would
going
show it to you, but I think it will be a problem.
remember we're going to,
move the computer.
put the dumpling.
Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah.
You can see Mama Lucy's fish head right there.
Yeah, I see. No, and then you remember you're going to make the thickening, the roux.
Yes.
You have some coconut milk left there, no?
I do. So I'm gonna make
just 2 cups of flour and then thicken it.
In a separate pot, right? I do it in a separate pot and then move it in, or just kind of.
You make it cold. You make it cold.
Yeah.
And then you.
And then okay, so this is not a traditional roux, at least not as I know it. So we're gonna take a little bit of coconut milk and my flour, and we're just gonna make like a slurry of these two, and then we're gonna put it in here, and that'll thicken the whole process.
Okay, yes.
Awesome.
Just a little bit, just.
How much? Maybe 2 spoons.
2 spoons, I think. 2 heaping spoons, like how you doing here.
2 heaping spoons.
Yeah. Okay. And you put it right there, and you see it will change because the sauce supposed to be, the gravy is supposed to be thick.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice and thick. Yeah. This will be thick. Oh, there it is. Easy. Now the thing with the flour is, see, I think that's actually quite a nice texture. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
yes, it's good. It's good.
The thing about the flour is you're putting raw flour in, and so you're going to want it to cook for a few minutes afterwards. It takes a minute. It takes a while, probably at least 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, it takes a while. It doesn't matter. It's not so sophisticated.
I'm actually going to pull out a little bit because somebody I know can't eat flour, so I'm going to pull out a little bit.
No, you don't have to put it, if it doesn't, maybe you don't need it. It's not thick. You don't need to, maybe you cook it down and you don't need the flour.
I don't know. I kind of want to do it the way that you say to do it. And
no, just leave it like that. Because you see the plantain and the yolk and everything, when that boil, that thicken it too. Yeah? And you put it okay, it's boiling, the fish is boiling?
Yeah, it's simmering. It's at a
simmer. Nice. Okay, wait till it boil and then you put the dumpling.
Great. I'm gonna actually do the dumplings in a separate in a little separate zone here for the same reason, because they're full of flour. But they'll be great in this little, I'm gonna get this little pot going for my dumplings. Mama Lucy, tell us, while we wait for our dumplings and everything to cook up, tell us what people should know about San Andres right now. What do you want the world to know about San Andres ahorita?
San Andres is a paradise. A beautiful, that's what the song says. San Andres is like paradise.
It's like
the beautiful sun and the golden reef. So what we have, you see, we have a lot of culture mixed, because you see, Elsie, the Japan, they were Chinese. People came from Panama, Chinese. Chow also came from China too. but they came to Panama because they went to Panama when the canal was building, and then they came to San Andres. But we speak Creole English, we speak English, and we speak Spanish. And we have a lot of English names. For example, Brown, Humier, Robinson, McLaughlin, Huffington. A lot of people came to the island and they stayed in the island. They formed the different families in the island. So until today, a lot of us we have Spanish names too, but mostly we still remain the English. That's why, and they call us now, we that have the English names them Raizal.
Raizal.
Raizal. We are from we're from the roots. Our roots are from here. Raizal.
Raizal. Can I
Raizal.
add chili so that it gets spicy?
You put, yeah, put it, yeah, put it. Yes, put it.
And I've got my little pot going here for my dumplings. I'm just keeping them separate so that this one stays gluten-free. Mostly because my girlfriend will come over and eat it later, and I don't want to make her sick.
But she can eat the spicy.
The flour.
No problem. She eats spicy. The problem is the flour.
The spicy. She likes the spicy. It's no problem.
Oh my gosh, she can live over here. She can live over here because we have now the pepper, the spicy, this pepper. Now we make something right on the You always have it on the table. With vinegar and onion. So when you're going to eat, you don't cook sometimes with the spicy, the pepper, but when you're going to eat, you throw it on it. For example, the fried fish is good with the pepper. We call it pepper vinegar. Because the pepper we put in vinegar so that it will stay.
So you cook with the pepper, but you don't necessarily eat it. Like it's kind of a flavoring.
No, like that. No, we don't do it. No. But we have it prepared on the table that we use it on the food. Let me show you. I have one right here. No, let me show
you. Yeah, bring it over. Bring it over. I'll take it. You bring me the peppers and I'll make sure you get the fish head, okay, Mama Lucy? So Mama Lucy, I'm gonna start these dumplings real quick, and I want to.
Yeah. Put your dumpling now. Pam. Yeah, right there.
Nice and como discos. Bueno.
Okay, Rondón without dumpling is not Rondón.
Without the.
It's not a Rondón if it doesn't have dumplings.
If it doesn't have dumplings, it's not.
Dumplings is not a Rondón. Okay.
All right.
You have to have the dumplings.
Okay. All right. Now I know. Now I know. Straight from the source.
Aye. So the person, listen now, the people that doesn't use flour, we make dumpling out of cornmeal.
Yeah. Cornmeal.
See how we prepare the pepper? See?
Oh, it's pickled.
Yeah, this is the pepper we put in with the vinegar, see? And the vinegar takes over the color.
So what's the recipe for the gluten-free dumplings? If I was using the cornmeal, what would I do?
I beg your pardon? Repeat.
If I were doing the dumplings with cornmeal, tell me about that.
No, this the same thing, my love. The same thing. Same thing. You use flour. Some people don't put the flour. Don't add no flour in it. They just make it with the cornmeal. But I like put a little flour, mix it with the cornmeal and the flour.
Okay.
And I put the baking powder also.
Okay, great.
My sister makes it and she doesn't put baking. She only put the water, the cornmeal, the salt, and the coconut milk. And first, like
this one that has the flour, I can just see what's happening here. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe too bright. It's thickening up. It looks like gravy. It looks beautiful. It just looks
It
so
raised
good.
up and it raised up. It raised up.
Yeah, it's got the little dumplings in it. It's gonna be delicious. All right. I know now. If anybody tries to cook me some comida isleña and make me some rondon without dumplings, I'll tell them. I said, Mama Lucy said this is not it. She said this is not it.
That rundown, it doesn't have to have the dumpling.
I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it. I'll show you in just a minute. But when, for the people who are at home, there's a really distinct texture. The yuca and the plantains will start to break down and they'll start to make it thicker. And tomorrow it will be deliciously thick. But tonight, right now, these dumplings this whole situation.
And if you can't cook them plenty, if you cook them a lot, the dumpling will fall.
They'll fall. So you don't want to overcook them.
No, you have to overcook them because they will fall.
Like,
okay, they won't like. They won't.
You said half an hour to cook them.
You had half an hour.
No,
yes, it's half an hour.
How long to cook the dumplings?
No, because some people cook it more and then they fall. But then when you have it half an hour, they cook like that. I don't care if they cook or don't cook because I love dumplings.
You don't care if they fall or not.
At fire, I don't know. I like my dumplings. Any kind of dumpling.
Now, what else would you usually serve with the rondon? Would you serve rice with it or?
No, I wouldn't serve rice. But there are a lot of people that they don't eat without rice.
What would you serve it with? Just
we can serve it with rice. Not to complicate anything.
So rice.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, I'm going to be teaching how to make coconut rice on Friday. How do you like to make coconut rice, Mama Lucy?
What kind of coconut rice you want? Fried coconut rice? Because we have one that we call Maya rice.
Okay, how do you do it?
We cook down the coconut. You see the strong coconut here? We cook it down until only the Maya leave in it. And then we use the second, because the first coconut milk is strong and thick, okay? And then we cook that down and we fry it.
You fry it.
With the fry, because it comes to oil. And you fry it, and then you put sugar, with sugar, and then on the second milk out of the coconut, then you cook it.
So you're saying you make the homemade coconut milk, and then you cook it down until it's thick.
Coconut milk, but for that you have to use the coconut milk, the strong one.
A strong one.
But not so much. Just a little bit.
And then you cook
fry it down, and if you want fry it down with the sugar right here, you can fry it down with sugar in it.
So you add a little coconut and some coconut oil.
It comes brown. And after with the when it comes brown, and then with the second water, second milk, you cook it there.
Sounds great. When can I eat this? I'm really hungry. How do I know when this is done?
Yuca, I can see say done.
This is the local.
Yeah, no, it's too
Carol,
like
it's done.
It's done. Okay.
Perfect.
So now remember, Jesse.
Yes.
Remember, low fire.
Nice and low.
Low fire. Make it cook down now. Cook down now. Let it run right. Let it cook right down.
Let it cook right down.
Yeah, so low fire. Remember low fire and make it
Low fire. So here we've got, this is the yuca, and it's very close to being done too. I think it's there. Or either that or I'm just too hungry. And
no, I don't really.
and then
And what? Hey, Jesse, and what about the scent? It smells good. I remember you have to put another piece of basil.
I'm gonna try one of these plantains too and make sure that they're done. Let's see how these guys are.
You can eat anything you want, but not my fish head.
I got to save the fish head for Mama Lucy. All right, Mama Lucy, you get on a plane, and this fish head will be here. But after tomorrow,
you don't eat that. Don't eat my fish head.
Oh, that's great. Now, what about these dumplings? How do I know when they're done?
Cut one of them. When I cook dumplings, I cook 3 or 4 that I can go tasting the dumplings.
What does it look like in the beat? It kind of looks kind of doughy in the middle, not in a bad way.
Yes.
I think it needs to cook a little more. It's close.
Okay.
It's close. I know why you like those dumplings so much.
You like dumplings? You see dumplings, yeah, dumplings, yeah.
They have that chewy,
yeah,
chewy deliciousness. I love it. Well, and then I'm gonna throw a little bit more basil. Now, what do you garnish this with? If you were gonna, serve it in a bowl and make it nice and pretty for everyone, what would you do? What would you do with it?
That's your job, not my job, because we always, it's not a pretty plate, not a pretty dish. It's just a common dish. It's like that.
But
so you just put the piece of fish, the plant in there, and maybe if you have a piece of basil or something like that, because it's not, we don't pretty him up. We don't pretty him up.
You told me it was my job, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna go for it.
That's your
I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do. And if you're just tuning in, we want to invite you to come cook Rondón with Mama Lucy and I. We're doing a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen, which is helping people out in San Andres and Providencia, 2 islands that were recently hit really hard by Hurricane Iota. And we're doing a fundraiser and a cooking class making Rondón. And this is the test run of the Rondón. And Mama Lucy is telling me all the things that I'm doing wrong so that I will do less of them wrong on Friday when I'm trying to teach you this. So right now, Mama Lucy has given me the challenge. She told me it was my job to plate it. So I'm gonna try to make this look pretty. Now, I've got a beautiful little bowl here. We're gonna start there. And then we're gonna start and we're gonna get some, where is my ladle? We've got a whole bunch of things that are really gonna be nice in this.
But you can't touch my fish head.
What's that? Do I put the fish head in or no?
Yeah, my fish head.
All right, I don't have the biggest plate, so we might have to do 2 of them. But I'm gonna put this nice big fish, this nice big chunk of snapper right there. And I'm gonna do a couple different kinds of basil here. I'm gonna do the very top of the basil on top of the fish. And I'm gonna do you ever use sorrel, Mama Lucy?
What is that?
Sorrel. It's very common in the Caribbean. They make a drink out of it. It's, I don't know. It's very lemony. It's lovely. But maybe you don't use it. I'm gonna do a chiffonade. We've got Doris joining us. I'm gonna do a chiffonade here. And before I do the chiffonade, I'm going to put one of my dumplings so it floats nicely on top there. Oh, that's beautiful. And if I do say so myself, and then I'm going to take one of my limes. I've got a little lime right here. I'm gonna slice this into a round. I'm gonna put a little lime here on the side. And if I had a little bit of red, I do have a little bit of
Yeah,
red.
we need some red.
We need some red. Mama Lucy says we need some red, so we need some red. Now I've got a little bit of cayenne here. That'll add a little bit of kick. And voila, Rondón.
Yeah.
Come on, Rondón and get some of this. Now, if I was going to do this as a proper homage to my culinary instructor here, Mama Lucy, I just got stuck because I had a little bit too small of a plate. But if I do this proper for Miss Lucy, oh boy, that head is falling apart, Mama Lucy. I can't move it. I can't even move it. I was gonna make.
You're a problem. You're a problem with that.
I was gonna put it right in the middle and show it off to you, but it's not happening. It's not gonna do it. I think my first shot was my best shot. We're gonna end the live stream now. Come join us. Come cook with us on Friday, and you and I can stay on and we can talk to everybody else. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Mama Lucy.
Bye. See you on Friday.
Oh, that was so fun.
Bye.
Hi,
Esty.
Turn on your camera. If you can.
Pongamos la cámara.
Hola, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. I am Doris' sister.
Hi. Yo encontré su hermana cuando yo tenía como 8 años o 9.
En Alamosa.
Y en Alamosa desde chiquitito yo.
Yo conocí a tu mamá y a tu abuela Ruth.
Ah, de veras sí. Mamá Lucy, mi abuelita se llama Ruth. Ella está aquí en el foto.
En California, ya.
Ella vive hasta 100 años y hasta 99 años. Había gente en su cocina disfrutando, platicando, todo eso como usted. Ella siempre hay gente en la cocina de la abuela Ruth.
Elsie es la que está aquí.
Elsie. Hi, Mamá Lucy.
Elsie fue alumna mía, ¿no fue?
Sí, en San Luis.
Sí. Muy bien.
Boris is calling
¿Y los hijos cómo están?
Bien, todos muy bien. Por aquí está Pamela, que también trabajaba en el SENA como chef.
Sí, conmigo. Ella estaba en Chile y vino de Chile, está ahora en los Estados Unidos, en California. Sí. Bueno, me la saluda, dígale que yo todavía estoy en esto.
Me alegra mucho que estés ahí, Mamá Lucy.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Elizabeth siempre me mete en vaina, ¿no? Tú sabes cómo es ella.
Nosotros buscando a alguien, le dijimos a Doris, busca a Elizabeth, que ella sabe quién es la persona indicada.
Ah, sí.
Entonces te avisaron a ti. Muy bien.
Bueno, sí, muy bien todo.
Sí.
Mom, Lucy, you're a great teacher. Thank you very much. I have a delicious dinner. I only wish I could share it with you. But
bye,
okay,
Jesse.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello to your mom. Okay, I will. Bye. Thank you so much for connecting me. Mama Lucy, I'll send you the link for the class on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, here ya viene Doris.
Bueno, pues.
Hi, Doris. We can't see you, but we can hear you if you want to say something. Woo!
How is everything,
Fine.
Jesse? Mine, you know, mine is strong.
I like it. I like it.
You like it? Okay.
When all this craziness is over, I'll have to come down to San Andres and we'll make a big Rondón together.
Yes, right outdoor, right outside in the
Outside
yard.
on fire, just like they're supposed to.
And then I will eat my fish head that time.
Mama Lucy, you have to make plantain.
You have to make plantain, yes.
And Johnny cake.
Yes.
When Jesse go to San Andres.
Yeah, you see, Johnny cake is easier to make, but the plantain tart, have a longer process, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the Johnny cake is just just similar to the dumpling.
Hi, Doris.
Hey, Mas. Hi, Doris. How are you?
Come on over. I got some great Rondón over here in Oakland.
Le hice poner una cabeza de pescado allá en el Rondón. Le dije, sin la cabeza no tiene ese sabor. Así que, ya sabe, me guarda mi cabeza de pescado. Le gustó, mira, está comiendo, le gustó.
Sí, yo vi todo el proceso, pero he notado y no pude comunicarme con Zoom hasta ahora que estoy usando por mi teléfono.
Sí.
No, casi no podemos oírla. It's you're a little bit of a robot.
I'm sorry, I have problems with my virus. Muy bien hecho. Perfecto.
Mama Lucy and Elsie, you're also invited to invite anyone to the class on Friday that you would like. It'll be pretty different than this, but I can send you a code, and if there's anybody who wants to come, if they want to pay, that's wonderful, and if they don't have the money to pay, just invite them and give them a code to come in for free. The more people who come to the class, the more fun it is.
Okay, thank you.
Just like a dinner party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks great.
Like Rondón, Rondón.
Oh,
I'm putting in the chat. I'm putting my website and the code for the tickets that gets a free ticket is right there. And then if people sign up there, then we send them all the emails and all the information. And if you want to just WhatsApp me, you can always WhatsApp me and I can send you all the information over WhatsApp too.
okay. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you, Jess.
All right, I better go clean up. I got a big mess to clean up. Thank you, Mama Lucy, for making my kitchen mess and my dinner delicious.
Thank you, Mama Lucy. Thank you, Jess.
All right, bye everybody. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.